I planned the perfect wedding. He spent the morning of it in a hotel room with my bridesmaid. And by the end of the reception, every single guest knew exactly what he had done. Welcome to the Bitter Ledger. I'm Nicole. This is my story. Every betrayal has a price. Every story is entered here. I had been with Ryan for 4 years.
You remembered.
He was charming, attentive, the kind of man who remembered small details, anniversaries, my coffee order, the name of my childhood dog. I thought that meant he was devoted. It meant he was practiced. I worked 2 jobs for 18 months to help fund our dream wedding, 220 guests, a venue in upstate New York, a dress I cried in when I first tried it on. Ryan contributed ideas. I contributed everything else. I didn't mind. I was building a life. What I didn't know was that Ryan was building something on the side, too. The morning of the wedding, my maid of honor, my college roommate Jen, couldn't be reached. Texts, unanswered. Calls, ignored. She showed up 20 minutes before the ceremony. No explanation. Wouldn't meet my eyes. I filed it away. Wedding day nerves, I told myself. The ceremony was beautiful. Ryan cried at the altar, held my hands, said his vows like he meant every word. He was still a good liar, right up until the end. What unraveled everything was a single phone. During the cocktail hour, one of my cousins who had arrived early to help with setup pulled me quietly aside. She had been walking past a hotel room that morning, 2 floors below the bridal suite. She had heard voices, recognized one of them. She had taken a video, just in case. She handed me the phone. Ryan and Jen, the morning of our wedding. I watched it twice. Then I straightened my dress, walked back into the reception, and smiled at my new husband across the room. I had a plan. My father was handling the AV system for the reception slideshow, a surprise montage I had spent weeks preparing. I found him during dinner. I made one swap. When Ryan stood up to give his toast mic in hand, 220 people watching, he finished his speech to applause. Then the slideshow began. The first few slides were normal. Childhood photos, couple pictures. The guests smiled. Then the video played. Full screen, on the venue's main projector, in front of every family member, every friend, every colleague either of us had ever known. Ryan's face drained of color in real time. Jen stood up and walked straight out of the venue without looking back. I set the microphone on the table, picked up my bouquet, and walked out of my own wedding. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I had already said everything I needed to say. The video spread before the night was over. He called, texted, showed up at my mother's house. I had already spoken to a lawyer. The marriage was annulled within 60 days on grounds of fraud. I recovered my full financial contribution to the wedding after documentation showed I had funded the majority of it independently. Ryan lost his job 3 weeks later. His employer had been at the reception. Jen lost the friend group entirely. Nobody reached out. I took a solo trip to Italy 6 months later. Posted one photo, no caption. I looked free. He thought the wedding ring would protect him. He thought I was too in love to look closely. He thought the perfect lie could survive the perfect day. He forgot one thing. I had the receipts, and I had the projector. So let me ask you, if you were standing in that reception hall, watching that video play on the big screen, would you have stayed in your seat, or would you have walked out with me? I'm Nicole. This has been The Bitter Ledger. Every betrayal has a price. Every story is entered here.